On a night in April of 1977, in the town of Dover, Massachusetts, a creature that had never been recorded in history suddenly appeared. And within just 27 hours, 3 different groups of people, who didn't know each other at all, claimed they encountered the exact same creature. They had never met, never had a chance to coordinate their stories, yet their descriptions were shockingly consistent, matching even in the smallest details. According to witnesses, the creature had no hair, no facial features, no tail. Its body looked like a dried-up skeleton, and its skin was stretched tight like rubber. But the most terrifying thing of all were its huge, glowing orange eyes. In the darkness, those eyes looked like 2 burning orbs floating in midair. Just one glance would send a chill down your spine. Even stranger, the creature wasn't standing, and it wasn't crawling either. It clung to a stone wall in a twisted, bone-breaking posture, staring silently at the teenagers who passed by. After the sightings, police officers, reporters, hunters, scientific teams, and even paranormal researchers all got involved. Yet to this day, there is no final conclusion. No one can clearly explain what it was. And this bizarre encounter isn't folklore, and it isn't an urban legend. Every record of this event truly exists inside official police files. This is the Dover Demon Incident. The story begins on April 21st, 1977. That night, on a road in Dover, Massachusetts, a 17-year-old named Bill Bartlett was driving his mother's car, taking 2 friends home. As they passed a wooded area near Dover High School, the friend sitting in the passenger seat suddenly pointed ahead and let out a sharp cry. "What the heck is that?" Hearing the shout, Bill instinctively slammed the brakes. The bright headlights froze on the bushes just beside the road. Only about 10 meters in front of the car, a creature no one had ever seen before was crouching low. Its body was shaped like a thin, elongated child, but it had none of the facial features a human should have. Its entire body was covered in smooth gray skin, like wet rubber soaked in rain. And the most suffocating part, its eyes. 2 orange spheres, each the size of a ping pong ball, took up most of its face. They had no pupils, but reflected a cold, eerie glow in the headlights, like a pair of burning ghost lights. Its limbs were unnaturally long and thin, with joints bent at disturbing angles. The tips of its fingers and toes ended in black claws that dug tightly into the ground. When the car stopped, the creature slowly lifted its head, and those giant orange eyes stared straight into the vehicle. Bill's heart felt like it was being squeezed by an invisible hand. He wanted to hit the gas and drive away, but his feet felt like they were filled with lead. He couldn't move. The creature didn't make a sound. It stayed perfectly still. And after about 30 seconds, it suddenly stood up. Its long limbs supported its body as it moved with a speed and agility that defied physics, leaping into the woods and disappearing into the darkness. Only the sound of branches brushing against each other was left. At that moment, Bill's friends snapped out of their shock and shouted for him to go. Bill finally regained control, slammed the accelerator, and sped away from the scene. This wasn't the Dover Demon's only appearance, and it wasn't even the strangest one. In the next 27 hours, the small town reported 2 more independent sightings, and the creatures described looked almost exactly like the one Bill saw. On the same night Bill encountered the Dover Demon, a 15-year-old girl named Abby Brabham was walking along Mill Street in Dover. The road ran beside a swamp, and the spring humidity had made the ground muddy. When she reached an old abandoned railway bridge, she caught a glimpse of movement in the shadows under the arch. At first, she thought it was a stray cat or a wild rabbit, but as the figure slowly stepped out of the darkness, Abby realized what she was looking at. It was a creature about 4 feet tall, exactly like Bill had described. Smooth gray skin with no hair, limbs so long and thin they looked out of proportion, especially the arms, which nearly hung below its knees. Its head was oval-shaped, with no outline of a nose or mouth. Only 2 huge orange eyes glowing softly yet eerily in the fading twilight. Abby froze in fear, unable to move, while the creature stood at the edge of the bridge and stared silently at her. It didn't make any move to attack, but the cold terror that crept through her bones was unmistakable. After about a minute, a gust of wind blew across the swamp, rustling the reeds. The creature seemed startled by the sound. It turned and darted into the brush behind the bridge, moving with the speed and agility of a monkey. Abby snapped out of her shock, ran home as fast as she could, locked herself in her room, and didn't tell anyone until her parents came back. Her description matched Bill's encounter almost perfectly, especially the oversized orange eyes and the long, thin limbs, the two most important and consistent features. Even more unbelievable was the third sighting. In the early morning of the next day, a 38-year-old man named John Baxter was driving a truck, delivering goods on a highway near the border between Dover and Middleborough. Dawn was just breaking, and the woods on both sides of the road were still wrapped in mist. John suddenly saw a strange figure moving on the roadside. He slowed down to get a better look, and what he saw made his scalp prickle. The creature was walking along the drainage ditch beside the road. It stood about 5 feet tall, noticeably taller than what the previous two witnesses described. Its skin was still gray, but the surface looked as if it was covered in slime, reflecting a faint shine in the foggy morning light. Its limbs were long and thin, and the way it walked was stiff and unnatural, like a puppet being controlled by strings. The most unforgettable part was its eyes. Those huge orange eyes stood out starkly in the dim light, and even from dozens of meters away, John could feel a non-human chill radiating from them. John tried to get a little closer to see better, but when the truck was still more than 20 meters away, the creature suddenly stopped walking. It slowly turned around, and its orange eyes locked onto him. A wave of unexplained terror rushed through John. He didn't dare stay another second. He slammed the gas and sped away. Later, he recalled that the creature's head seemed to show no expression, and it didn't make any sound. But the feeling of being stared at haunted him for months. The three people who saw the creature in Dover had no connection to each other. They lived separate lives, didn't know each other, and saw the creature at different times: midnight, dusk, and dawn. The sightings took place in different parts of Dover as well. If one sighting could be a hallucination and two could be a coincidence, then three separate witnesses giving nearly identical descriptions becomes almost impossible to explain away. Even more importantly, right after his sighting, Bill immediately sketched what he saw. That drawing was later released by police and the media, and when Abby and John were interviewed, both said the sketch matched exactly what they saw, especially those huge orange eyes that covered most of the creature's face. That detail became the strongest and most consistent link among all three testimonies. Soon the news spread like wildfire. Fear swept across this once quiet New England town, and the name Dover Demon became one of the strangest symbols in America's cryptid legends. Dover police did step in to investigate. They searched all three sighting locations but found no footprints, no fur, and no pieces of skin. Officers suspected it might be a prank pulled by teenagers, but all three witnesses firmly denied that. They were even willing to take lie detector tests. In the end, with no physical evidence to support the case, the police had no choice but to close the investigation, leaving only one line in the official file: unidentified creature sighting. But for the people of Dover, these three encounters were far from baseless rumors. In fact, long before 1977, the town had whispered legends about shadows in the woods, and those old stories seemed to foreshadow the creature's arrival. Dover lies in southeastern Massachusetts, at the heart of New England. The land is covered in dense forests and crisscrossing swamps. Before European settlers arrived, it was home to the Wampanoag tribe. And among their ancient legends, there was always talk of a mysterious spirit creature called the Moko Moko. According to tribal oral history, Moko Moko was a guardian spirit that lived where the forest met the swamps. It had a long, thin body, gray skin, and burning orange eyes. It appeared only at dusk and dawn, warning anyone who crossed into forbidden land. The Wampanoag believed Moko Moko had no physical body, that it was the will of the earth itself. They said it could move instantly through the trees or even turn invisible. Elders often warned children not to wander into the forest at dusk, or Moko Moko would take them away, never to return. When European settlers reached New England in the 1600s, they too began encountering strange things. In 1638, a missionary named John Eliot wrote in his journal, "At the edge of Dover's forest, I saw a strange creature. It looked like a thin child, but with the eyes of a beast. It watched us from between the trees, and when we drew near, it vanished. This is the earliest written record from European settlers of something strange in the Dover woods. The thin body and beast-like eyes he described matched the Dover demon with chilling accuracy. By the late 1800s, as Dover began to urbanize, the forests were cut down, the swamps filled in, and the legends of shadow creatures faded away. But the old people still told stories beside winter fireplaces, stories of gray skin and glowing orange eyes. They believed the forests and swamps had been Moko Moko's home. When humans destroyed its land, it would return as a warning, and the 3 sightings in 1977 seemed like an echo of that ancient legend. When Bill and the others saw the creature with enormous orange eyes, they probably didn't realize they were witnessing something the Wampanoag had feared for centuries. What made it even stranger was that in 1977, Dover was undergoing a major development project. The woods and swamps near Dover High School were being cleared for a new housing district. So was the Dover demon's sudden appearance a warning about humans invading nature? That question became one of the most haunting parts of the legend. And after the sightings, the townspeople strongly opposed the development plan. Soon, a series of strange accidents occurred, and the project was finally suspended. No one knows whether it was coincidence or something else, but after the project stopped, the Dover demon sighting suddenly went quiet as well. That doesn't mean it disappeared. More likely, it simply slipped back into the darkness, waiting for its next chance to return. So, what exactly is the Dover demon? Among all the theories, 2 explanations are the most representative. The first theory claims that the Dover demon is an extraterrestrial visitor. According to this view, the creature isn't from Earth at all, but is a life form from outer space. Supporters argue that its appearance matches none of Earth's known animals, yet strangely fits popular depictions of aliens. Especially its eyes. Those enormous glowing orange eyes may be an adaptation to Earth's light conditions, and the creature's long, thin limbs could help it move under Earth's gravity. Even more interesting, New England has always been a hotspot for UFO sightings. According to the National UFO Reporting Center, Massachusetts consistently ranks near the top in UFO reports, and Dover and its surrounding towns are among the most active areas. Some believe the Dover demon may be a probe from an alien spacecraft, or an extraterrestrial that became stranded on Earth, hiding in the forests and swamps to observe human activity. And the timing is suspicious. The 3 encounters in 1977 occurred right after a massive wave of UFO reports. Just 1 month earlier, in March of 1977, dozens of people across Massachusetts reported seeing unidentified flying objects, and Dover was one of the major locations. Many believe the Dover demon's appearance was linked to that UFO wave, and that a ship may have landed near Dover, releasing a probe or an alien organism. The second theory is even bolder. The Dover demon came from a dimensional rift. This explanation is the most mysterious of all, yet it perfectly matches the eerie nature of the legend. According to this idea, our world is not the only dimension. There are multiple parallel universes or higher planes of existence, and the Dover demon is a creature from one of them. It slipped into our world through a dimensional tear, appeared only at certain times and places, and then retreated back through the rift. Supporters point out that many of the creature's traits can't be explained by Earth's biological laws. Its unnaturally long limbs, and the way it seemed to vanish instantly. These characteristics make more sense if it comes from a world with different physical rules. Some even believe the region around Dover has unique geological or magnetic conditions that make dimensional tears more likely, turning the town into a recurring doorway between worlds. There's no scientific proof for this theory, but it neatly explains the demon's bizarre features and the sporadic sightings, making the legend even more mysterious and thought-provoking. Both theories lack solid evidence, yet neither can be completely disproven. The legend of the Dover demon has survived for more than half a century, and people remain fascinated by the unknown. They want answers. They want to uncover the creature's true identity, to pull the veil off the mystery. That curiosity drives us to explore, to investigate, to document, and that is why the legend continues to grow. From the oral history of the Wampanoag tribe, to the journals of colonial settlers, to modern-day sightings and recorded footage, Humanity's search for the Dover demon has never stopped.